Bag, I want the bag. Work my way from a garden to a track. Flip it from a track to a plot full of acres. Do it for the farmers and producers and the makers. What we even here for? Occasionally I ask it. I know it's more than struggling, anticipating the casket. Reap what we sow, trying to fill up my basket. Life's a plantation, I self-law and master. Over the plot, I've been granted on this planet. Now it's slanted, cause the chosen been supplanted. But if you overstand it, it was spoken. Fractured, but we ain't broken. Even though some would rather play the role of token, we growing. Black through the essence of a presence. We carry the blood of gods, we carry the mind of peasants. Rich black gardens, future look more like Eden. Multiply seeds like the seed banks in Sweden. Rep my planners on plan according to season. B1 code, switching it up is treason. Black power, family what we eat. Either we get fed or we feed. B1AG.
What's growing on? What is growing on? What is growing on? Welcome back to B1AG. Here at B1AG, we like to focus on agricultural production, education, marketing, health, food, nutrition, and economics, all for the Black family and Black community. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm John Henry Harris, and we also have Farmer Brown, the MC. And today's story, we're talking about another Memphis rapper. We just recently did a story about Moneybag Yo. Now, Moneybag Yo's girlfriend, Ari Fletcher, gifted him 28.8 acres for his 30th birthday. And a lot of that, it was well received by a lot of people, but it also revealed the underbelly of hate, as there was some backlash, but we're not going to focus on the backlash right now. We're going to talk about another Memphis rapper, NLE Choppa. Now, NLE Choppa, he's 18 years old. Now, this young man, 18 years old, hardcore rapper, he stepped onto the scene in January 2019 with his certified platinum debut single, Top Shotta Flow, which reached number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Now, he admits that he has bouts of depression, and he also raps about this in his music. However, he's turned to hold more of a holistic living as well as veganism to counter his mental health issues. And he's taken it to a height that I don't think anybody could foresee or even expect. So today's story, we're going to talk about a young Dr. Sebi, rapper NLE Choppa. He opens a vegan food truck. Now, he's opened a vegan food truck, but as we dive deeper into the story, he does have a lot more than this vegan food truck, and is really an inspiration to a lot of young people, as well as the community at large. Farmer Brown, what do you got to say about NLE Choppa?
Another three-pointer from Memphis for the ag community, the B1 community, and those of us looking to perpetuate ourselves into the next generations. First, I'd just like to say peace to the B1 family. This was refreshing news. You know, we keep getting a lot of these negative stories. We keep being disappointed by a lot of those people that are placed in front of us as leaders and influencers. And what Shaq said, he don't want to be a celebrity no more. But we've seen what the devastation that the concept of celebrity can bring to our community. But as somebody in rap, high infinite power, you know, healing our people, as somebody within this frame, is definitely a refreshing feeling to see the young cats. Like I said, he's not an old school rapper. This is a young cat, and he's a drill rapper. And so to see that he's really embraced this lifestyle, this is a great win for not only hip hop but for the B1 community. And so I look forward to deep diving into this.
Now, for those that aren't familiar with NLE Choppa, this is NLE Choppa. And while I put this picture up, I want you to take a good look at him. He looks like your regular, average rapper these days. Dreads, teeth, got the the diamonds in his teeth, tatted up, But with this young man and with our youth, period, you can't necessarily judge a book by its cover, and you can't necessarily tell the future of these children by some of the things they've done in their youth, in their past. What I like to share with y'all is the excitement that NLE Choppa had when he was announcing the opening of his vegan food truck. Now, he believes with his vegan food truck that he can actually help curb and decrease violent crime in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. So check this out. It's NLE Choppa announcing his opening of his vegan food truck in Memphis.
Yo, what's up? It's NLE Choppa, and I'm so proud to announce what I manifested is up and running. Memphis, I feel like, is the place where vegan food is needed the most, because I know just by getting their hands on better food to change the thought process, possibly the crime rate will go down, scholars will go up, anything. Bro, I have a vegan food truck that I will be mobile across the city from hood to hood, suburb to suburb. And also this will be at the Vegan Fest for today. And I'm just proud because we're going to be selling many vegan options. And we're going to have a lot in store. And it's just going to be exciting for me. It's exciting. I'm just happy, proud. So yeah, NLE, this can't be vegan food truck. You see it, man. On top of the vegan food, I will be selling my herbal products on this food truck. So you can get your detox tea, your sea mosses, rosemary, whatever you need on this food truck. We got it all. Let's go. Yo, what's up?
Don't judge a book by its cover. Read it. One of the things we talk about here on B1AG is ag marketing. Obviously, the production piece of it, but marketing is a big part of it. And education. I think it's beautiful that the young brother mentioned education, teaching. It's one thing getting the bag. He has products, we'll touch on later. He has products. He also has a service that he's providing. I guarantee that more young melanated people in Memphis and around the world that follow this young man will glean a lot more knowledge and interest in the concept of agriculture and food security, hearing it from his mouth than the typical people that they see in their ag courses, if they're fortunate to even be in a course that's talking about agriculture. One of the things about farming that, there's been extensive research is that a lot of our people only see farming, agriculture, the food service, so to speak, as something that other people do. We see that as, okay, it's somebody else that produces these things, it's somebody else that markets these things, and we're just left to be these perpetual consumers that are continuously dependent. But what he's done, he mentioned that word manifested. And it's like, okay, if he's 19, 18 now, that means, to manifest something, you don't manifest things immediately. You have to plant that seed, water it for it to grow. And so he didn't come up with that food truck idea one day and then it appeared the next day, meaning he's around other people. You don't derive ideas like that just, being isolated. The Most High does, send these downloads to us, but it also blesses us along our paths with people that are infusing the nutrients, the psychological, spiritual nutrients to actual water these ideas. So saying that to say you got to factor in tens of thousands of people around the country who follow this young man around the world. They're now going to be introduced to agriculture. They're going to be introduced to healthy food, veganism, and not only that, innovative ways to get food from the farm to the people. This is what it's about. I doubt he spent any time in the university, seeing as in he jumped off in 2018, 2019. And so it's not like he went and got an ag degree. It's not like he went and got he didn't go into some extensive training, right? And so something's manifesting here, family. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to pick up on this, catch some of this wave.
And this is definitely a big wave with NLE Choppa because his following is not tens of thousands; it's hundreds of thousands and millions. He is one of the more bankable young rappers that is in the industry at this moment. Although he's 18, he's only been in the game 2 years. He has made a big splash in that music industry. But the music industry has also caused him a lot of what he refers to himself as mental health issues, and dealing with, the complexities of becoming, a household name. But in August of 2020, he started gravitating towards a spiritual awakening on social media. He launched a YouTube channel called Awaken Choppa. And on this channel, Awaken Choppa, he documents his holistic and healthier lifestyle, which includes becoming a vegan, but also gardening. He also began to meditate in order to deal with the pressures of being a young entertainer. Incredibly, he also launched his own health and wellness website. And the name of his, this is his website here, NLE Health and Wellness. He's actually launched his own website where he sells herbs and natural remedies. And I just want to give y'all a quick look at his website. Give me just a moment, pull this up.
This is every bit of ag tech. When we talk about ag tech, obviously there's a production component to it, applying technology to actually producing food, but using technology to market. This is this is actually one of the things that the younger generation can definitely help the older generation of producers, is just learn how to market their products and get them directly to consumers.
This is his website, NLE Health and Wellness. He has herbal combinations that help you with UTI, chlamydia, gonorrhea, yeast infections. He has acai sea moss, detox sea moss, all kind of herbal teas. There's a lot of items that will help you lead a healthier lifestyle. Again, this is a young man who has been arrested in the past, gun charges, drug charges, fighting. But now he's in a bigger fight in his life. And his fight is for his mental healthness and and his physical wellness. And he's trying to bring us all along with him on his journey. His origins, he said, NLE Health and Wellness is a trend-setting online store offering our first-rate products and exceptional customer service to shoppers from the comfort of their own homes. We're a business made up of innovators and forward thinkers with the drive and wherewithal to constantly update and improve the online shopping experience. And even more, and what's even more amazing is that NLE Choppa claims that he'll have all the herbs that cure STDs by the end of this year. All the STDs, he's on a mission to cure all the STDs. Now he's made his transition to veganism about a year ago, and he took to his Twitter to announce that his wellness website will be stocked with the herbs that will rid most sexually transmitted diseases. He says, by the end of this year, I will have the herbs that can cure herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and even more STDs. And this is another quote from NLE Choppa. As I started to peep my body, realized how my body was reacting to certain foods, I told myself that I had to go cold turkey. I just cut out meat completely. I found the nearest vegan place in Atlanta, and after that, I've been vegan ever since. And since then, he's been promoting a healthier lifestyle, noting that clean eating and herbs can help people heal from certain illnesses, as well as promote overall better mental health wellness.
So these herbs, are called value-added products, meaning it ain't directly from the ground. It's processed into a more valuable product, from the original state that it comes from the ground. And so using Tennessee, and we can even condense it down to Memphis for the sake of conversation in the case study. And so we in no way know the politics, local politics, or who's cool with who, who's already discussed these things with who. But to use Memphis for an example, seeing how we have a lot of people in Memphis that has the attention of the people. And so we were talking about Thomas Burrell. He's one of the elders. He's gone up against the system. He's one of the largest farmers. He was key in fighting against the Stein Seed Company that had sold a lot of black farmers bad seed. And so he can give a lot of these cats game on, okay, once you're in this game and you decide to do good for your people, hey, we know Judge Joe Brown. And so he was a judge, and I know he's running for office down there here in a little bit. He can definitely help on the legal aspect. And what each of these gentlemen represent is a different aspect of agriculture that the melanated people are kind of being shoved away from. So Thomas Burrell, like I said, he has the years behind him in getting his prints in the mud. He's a multi-million-dollar farmer, so he knows how to make a successful operation. You have somebody like Yo Gotti that has the ear of the world. He's navigated the hip-hop space, so he has capital. Not only does he have fiat capital, he has the capital of the people, the ability to draw people together, bring people together around a simple idea. Then you have a money bag yo. Okay, I got my 28 acres. This is our demonstration farm. Hopefully reaching out to somebody like Tennessee State University at HBCU, you have access to your cooperative extension offices, because we want to be very codified. We don't want to just throw things in the ground. No, we want to know exactly what kind of soil we're working with, what kind of water supply we have. We're going to break down what are the demographics of people we're going to be selling these products to. I think it'll be easier for Yo Gotti or Moneybag Yo or NLE Chopper to set up on their website, hey, we just need a database of people who are interested in purchasing some locally grown products, whether it's sweet potatoes, greens, corn, and some of these health supplements. So we just need a database. And I imagine they will be a lot more successful at doing that than the USDA or any of the extension offices that are tasked with the same goal. Because once again, like you said, he has millions of people around the world that are listening to him. So how best can you actually get a concise database of, okay, I got 100,000 people that said they want this specific type of herb. And so from here, as the person marketing this product, I'm going to reach out to Moneybag Yo. So I know you got X amount of acres of land. I know I'm going to need, to supply this 100,000 people that reached out for this specific product. I know I need this amount of land. Allocate 5 acres. I'm going to pay you up front. We're not going to do this, hoping that we're going to get some subsidies. We're not going to do this hoping that, somebody will just bless me since they've been undermining us all this time. No, because I'm rapping, because I'm hitting the stage, I'll invest in my own, and then I stand to get more back. Okay, Judge Joe, what are these things we need to take under consideration to make sure we're running a legal operation? Because we don't want to do nothing wrong. We want to be on code. Thomas Burrell, what are the quality things that we need to factor in? We want to make sure that nobody's getting sick from our product. We want to make sure that we're following all of the FDA standards, which can be murky, but we want to be on code, eliminate all possible problems. We want to know that the water that we're using to irrigate these crops isn't going to contaminate what we're planting. And so this is when you will go into extension. This is when you will reach out to your NRCS, Natural Resource and Conservation Agencies. You'd have these people come around, and then you have these rappers throwing concerts. At these concerts, I have my vegan food truck. I have a pop-up farmers market. And so these farmers aren't competing, trying to get into the white market. No, they have these pop-up shows, these courtesy shows We're going to each hood with these food trucks, and we also have these pop-up tents to sell produce from these farmers. Absolutely. And what an NLE Choppa represents to me right now is somebody who's taken initiative to do that. I don't know. I'm not one that would ever question the intelligence of these young people. I was listening to Red Pill and Blue Pill the other night, and they were just talking about we're literally in a Renaissance era. Because of all of these uncertainties going on in the community, we're having tens of thousands of healthcare workers getting fired. We're having people leaving their jobs because they're making certain medical choices. We're in a Renaissance era where we have the power and the opportunity and the onus is upon us to change what direction this is going to go. Because dominant society right now, or used to be dominant society, they don't know what to do. We don't know if we're going to be able to keep this corporation going as they're trying to get the budget passed. But right now, as we're talking, family, we still have access to Google and YouTube, and until they censor it. But are you going to censor somebody for growing? Because that's what this young man represents. He represents growth, not only as an individual, but growth as a representative of the B1 community.
What I love about this is that, if you just look at his name, NLE Choppa, that evokes, initially that vision of the gun, the chopper, the thug, the gangster. Man, this man is chopping up herbs. This man is chopping up vegan meals. This man is chopping up holistic living. This young man is helping to mold the minds of other young listeners, to think outside of the box, outside of that death box that the music industry would have them think in.
How dope would it be? We think about tour buses. We think about Black-owned transportation companies, right? We've been hit with this unexpected virus. And so we need to look at different ways of educating our kids, because education doesn't stop because the public schools decide that, we can't get no funding. And so what if there was these farm tours around Tennessee, going to these different operations? You go to some meat production operations, right? And these are hosted by some of your favorite rappers or their entourage, right? What if you go to some of the large crop operations? What if you go to some of the urban gardens? And this is a tour around Tennessee. It would take, brilliant minds to work out the logistics. But what if this became a thing? What if this became an incentive? So you work with some of your youth, your sports teams. Hey, one way we'll work on conditioning, we're going to go out and just run around one of these farms just to get them around that setting. If their coaches, the hood stars, the people they look up to are the ones hosting these. And hosting don't mean you got to go through all of this science. It just means being there. It means being somebody that the youth respect, seeing you with this background. Because growing up, I was used to seeing the aesthetic of the club, the strip club, the concert. And so that became, embedded in a lot of our minds as, hey, being in this space, this is what it means to have a good time. This is what it means to be successful. A ball court, a stadium. And so literally by just seeing this melanated face with this green background where you see nothing but trees in the sky and having a good time, not to digress, the baby. And so some of his videos were on four-wheelers. I know that's culture out in the Carolinas, but saying that to say that was marketing to people who hadn't necessarily been into that culture. And so, once again, this is a beautiful moment for the melanated family, and I'm hoping that the family can pick up on these cues, and not only just us older folks, but really look at the value that these young cats bring to the table, especially through hip hop, because we know that the alcohol companies, your Seagrams, they understand the billion-dollar input that hip hop has in marketing their products. We understand makeup. So Rihanna is one of the highest paid female entertainers. And it isn't just because of her beautiful songs. It's because she has a vegan beauty line. I'm hoping the melanated family is seeing the impact that hip hop culture has had on clothing. Gucci, Louis, all of these different clothes that melanated people ain't really getting no bag from. We're the consumers. But think about if we're really tapping into that ancestral gene from our ancestors that mastered agriculture hundreds of thousands of years ago, if not millions of years ago, came over to the corporation we call North America. Okay, yeah, you went to sleep for a while at the wheel, but we're waking up. And NLE Choppa is, he's a reminder that the giant is waking up. So can the B1 family get behind this?
And taking the tours around Tennessee or wherever you're at, this is not a pie in the sky dream. Farmer Brown has started a business with agritourism. Me and you, we did a program, Hood to Farm, where we took inner city youth and took them out to see agricultural production and also renewable resource production. We let them know, just to show them, like, this is around you. Yes, this farm is right here. This is what it looks like. Yes, this is where they create solar power. Come check out all these the solar power plant.
And the lunches are from local farmers that look like you. And we were working on a shoestring budget. Reaching hundreds of students, and this is in Kentucky. So, once again, being codified, scaling this up. Tennessee, there are millions of people in Tennessee, millions of melanated people. I think Memphis has the highest, one of the highest concentrations of melanated people in Memphis, particularly. And so when we think about the reach, because we have a personal goal, we want to reach 250,000 3rd through 5th grade melanated students within the next 5 years. Our simple goal is we want their first interaction with agriculture and food systems and STEM to be from somebody that looks like them. Whether through a program like ours, healthyblackfood.com, whether it's a Corey Goo What It Do, whether it's an NLE Chopper, whatever it takes for these melanated students to see themselves within this space. We don't want them to be confused. They did studies with dolls, and when you got little melanated kids with these other ethnic dolls, they tend to not see the value in themselves. And so we have to create the icons that our children see when it comes to finding their place within this huge opportunity that we call a food system. And it's doable, family. It's doable. It's a matter of planting those seeds, working within your skill set. Some people may be horrible at growing food, but they understand logistics. Some people might not be good with math and numbers, but they're charismatic. They're able to attract people. Some people are just good at books. What we do is we follow now. What has the USDA been trying to do? What has 4-H or FFA been trying to do? Because we see a lot of time, even if they do have good intent, it's not reaching the melanated family. And so how do we take from that playbook, right? We're not reinventing the wheel. We're making it look good. We're putting that black magic on it. And so how do we get that community buy-in?
And the one way we can get this community buy-in is just by participating. We need community to participate. And we do need to reinsert ourselves into this food system. We need to make sure that we are raising the next layer, the next level, the upcoming level of Black agriculturalists. We need them to involve not just in growing food, but in the science of the food and also in renewable energy. We need power. Even with the fashion, we can control not only just the cool of what is cool in fashion. How about if we can control growing the products that are used to make the fashion, design it, determine it being cool, and then shop with ourselves?
I don't have it in front of me right now, but I know and this is as of September 24th. The U.S. just to put in context, the USDA just put up $500 billion for farmers because we're addressing the droughts. Right, there isn't as much water, and so it's basically coming up with programs and methods to get more with less water. As far as your operation. So when we think about what are the materials that make clothes, we know cotton is traditionally what a lot of clothes are made of, but we also know about this product called hemp, right? Hemp fiber. Not only is hemp fiber good for clothes, it's good for concrete as well. But hemp is also better on the environment. It's considerably less. It takes considerably less water than cotton. So saying that to say there's a bag set aside for, hey, we need to grow something that's using less water. Also know that there's 1.5 billion allocated for getting nutritious food to these schools. We've seen stories like what's going on in Philadelphia, Kansas, all across the country of these shortages of food. And so one of the things we're talking about, what are ways we can support Black farmers? They do need input. They need people to shop with them so they can produce. But we see that there is a direct need for these schools to have healthy food available. And so once again, instead of, hey, grow something and maybe we'll find a market, how do we as a community make sure that we're backing the farmers? Maybe it's a 50-50 split. Maybe you have to put something up front. And so are we developing shopper buying cooperatives? Are we making sure that we're reaching out for farmers, say if we're in the food sector as far as our schools? Are we reaching out to them the year before to make sure, okay, you're going to get a piece of this budget. I know my school, I know my district got X amount of dollars coming in, and I'm going to make sure at least 5%. I think that's conservative. At least 5% of what our school district is going to spend on lunch food, your carrots, your onions, tomatoes. We're going to make sure that some of this is going to go to melanated farmers, because anywhere where we're at, there's going to be melanated farmers somewhere sprinkled in that rural area. And it will take a codified, intentional effort to find them, and not just finding them, hey, I want to support you. No, for one, ask them what they want, ask them what they need, because everybody's need is going to be different depending on where you're at. But what I can tell you from a professional angle is everybody needs capital. If you're a melanated farmer, you are 100% underfunded. And, a lot of times if you want to make money, it's a certain game you got to play, right? To make sure that you can keep your family operation going and making sure that you can produce food to feed people. And so the degree that we can get the melanated family to understand all of these little dynamics within agriculture, from your top scale producers down to an NLE Chopper, and the indelible value that NLE Chopper has in creating this sustainable, valuable, productive, expansive B1AG agricultural system, to that degree, we expand, family, and we win.
Swish all net. The NLE Choppa, outside this food truck, again, he has his own holistic and wellness website where he sells his natural herbs, natural cures. These products are grown. Again, it's all in the agricultural family. And he's really starting his own little agricultural empire. That's why I decided to name him like Young Dr. Sebi. I'm not saying he is Dr. Sebi, and definitely don't want to diminish Dr. Sebi and his name and the great work that he has done, but his inspiration that he has provided from his work is unquestionable. And it's hit NLE Choppa. He's 18 years old. He turns 19 November 1st. 18 years old, and he's already a budding entrepreneur in the agricultural world, and he's using this world of agriculture and the lifestyle to change his life. Again, this is a young man who could have been on the wrong road. He's been arrested, a few times. Guns, weapons charges, drugs. I don't think that's something that we'll see much out of him if he continues on this road of veganism, holistic living, herbs, medicine, meditating, being grounded. At the end of the day, when you live a lifestyle that's steeped in agriculture and it is really a part of your life, I like to say you're firmly planted and deeply rooted. And when you're firmly planted and you're deeply rooted, you're unshakable. A hard wind, it's hard to uproot you. It's hard to blow you down when you're firmly planted and deeply rooted. So B1AG family, let's get firmly planted and deeply rooted. Let's get black to the garden. Learn how to grow your own food at healthyblackfood.com. Start with one seed. Plant a seed. See how the process works. Talk about growing your own food, taking more herbs and other natural medicines, to stay healthy. Just educate yourself on these remedies that have been around for thousands and thousands of years, that have kept people healthy and alive for thousands of civilizations, healthy for thousands and thousands of years. All of it starts in the garden. So Farmer Brown, got any final words?
I would just like to, Pastor Dow's in Tennessee too, but I would just like to send a deep, heartfelt salute to Tennessee. They are really representing right now. I don't know if y'all done put this together, but oh my, I do think this is definitely a case study that many of us around the country can glean a lot from, of how to leverage different people's skill sets and different people's values. There are multiple forms of capital. And, I'm a firm believer that when we can codify as a people, it doesn't matter what field of human activity we decide we want to engage in. When we decide that it's something that's valuable to us, I don't think there's a force in this universe that can stop us. And just like I said, major salute to NLE Choppa. It's big.
B1AG family, I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you were inspired by the story. Don't forget to check out NLE Choppa's website, www.nlehealthandwellness.com. Get your all-natural herbs. Hey, man, this man is trying to he's trying to cure all STDs. He has the herbs that will help you with gonorrhea, BV, UTI, urinary tract infections, chlamydia. He has the herbs now on his website to help with that. High blood pressure, blood sugar, diabetes. He has all these herbs that will help you with these ailments now, these pre-existing conditions. These herbs that will help you deal, mitigate, and cure these pre-existing conditions. And even more amazingly, NLE Choppa made the news because he said a young woman took his medicines and he helped her cure her cancer.
I got some trivia for you and the family. How much money did music in North America, this is recorded music, physical and digital, how much did it make in 2020? Don't Google it. 7.1 billion. 7.1 billion. That's including country, rap, all genres of music. 7.1 billion in North America. And that same year, how much did agriculture generate? 1.7 trillion. 1.7 trillion. Food, fiber, and fuel. How we eat. How we move about. This young man has inserted himself in a $1 trillion industry using leverage, using social capital from a $7 billion industry. If we master this music and entertaining people, I think we have the power to master feeding people once again.
B1AG. I want the bag.
Work my way from a garden to a track. Flip it from a track to a plot full of acres. Do it for the farmers and producers and the makers.
$1.7 trillion, y'all. All our kids want to be athletes and entertainers. But boy, wouldn't it be nice if we got a piece of that $1.7 trillion pie, knowing it's in our DNA, to bake that pie, make that pie, make it taste so fly. Let's get back to the garden, y'all. Hey, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this show. I hope you're feeling great going into this weekend. Let's have a prosperous weekend. Tell somebody you love them. Man, put your feet in the dirt and wiggle your toes. You know what I'm saying? Let's get grounded. Let's get firmly planted and deeply rooted. And we all know, if you really, really, really want to know something, what do the people need to do, Farmer Brown?
If you really want to know something, family, let's learn how to grow something.
There it is. B1AG. I'm John Henry Harris. I'll say Farmer Brown EMC. Until next time, peace out.